shotgun. Cousins to pass to the end zone. Up in the air and intercepted! Intercepted in the end zone!
Enjoy this one. It's hard to win in this league. Enjoy every one of them. There's going to be many more to enjoy in here.
Coach. Oh. First win.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Backseat Huddle podcast, episode 62. It is Thursday, and I am going to be grading NFL teams this week based on their performance this week using the no rules rating system. And I do this every Thursday, so if you like this video, come on back next Thursday, and I'll be here doing the same damn thing. Let me know in the comments if you guys feel like I got these ratings right, where I got them wrong. Let me know what's up. Let's shut up and just go ahead and get into it. I am going to start with the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins get a 70 out of 10, and you already know why. Because hot damn, how in the fuck do you score 70 points in one game? This isn't NCAA 14. What the fuck? I've never seen anything like that at the professional level in my entire life. 70 is an incomprehensible number in the NFL. That's fucking crazy. On the other side of this game, let's talk about the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos grade is this meme. Because holy shit, how do you score 3 touchdowns and still lose by 50 points? Like, just take a second to wrap your head around that. They were awful. Just awful. Okay, we're going to get into some real actual rankings, gradings now, and we're going to start with the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles get a really strong B+. The defense was elite. The defense gets an A++. They held the slightly overrated Buccaneers offense to just 174 total yards, forced 2 turnovers, and basically held the Buccaneers to 3 points. I'll excuse a garbage time touchdown when the Eagles were already up by 22. That all said, I'm going to nitpick the offense a little bit. They moved the ball extremely well, but Jalen Hurts threw 2 interceptions, and you just can't turn the ball over like that. If he plays a clean game or has just 1 interception, I'd give them an A, A-, A+, but because of that, I'm going to nitpick and drop them down to a B+. Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys get a C+, even though I kind of want to give them a lower grade, but I can't because I can see some silver linings for this game. The Cowboys moved the ball extremely well against the Cardinals as they piled up 416 yards of total offense. They just struggled in the red zone, as everybody is talking about already. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse there. The bad side is they gave up 222 yards on the ground, forced no turnovers, and got beat down by the Cardinals. They just didn't play as well as we expect them to at this point. I guess that's kind of the downside of being so dominant, is that when you come back down to earth, you look worse by comparison. I don't make a ton of this loss. Sometimes shit just happens. The Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens grade is learn how to hold onto the fucking ball, you nerds. So look, fumble issues aren't the reason why the Ravens lost this game. It was just really annoying to watch, and it's very annoying to watch sloppy football. You're a fucking professional. Hold on to the fucking ball. 2 weeks straight, Lamar Jackson has had fumble issues, and the whole team had fumble issues this last Sunday. This game itself wasn't as crazy of an upset as you may think, simply due to how good the Colts defensive line is. They were just better than the Baltimore offensive line was. Really, the Ravens just played sloppy. They had multiple opportunities to win this game, and they just couldn't do it. It's just, that was a really disappointing loss if you're a Ravens fan, but shit like this just happens sometimes. Chicago Bears. You already fucking know. Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills get an A+. I only watched the first quarter and a half-ish of this game, because it was very apparent early on what was about to happen. If you beat a team by 34 points, you get an A+. Plain and simple. No need to overthink this. Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers grade is Chargers out of 10. Because how the fuck else do you describe that game? I knew this game would be wild as shit, but it absolutely exceeded my expectations. The fourth quarter of this game, especially that final sequence, was just such a Chargers way to lose that game that turned into an equally Chargers way to win it. I don't know how else to describe this game. On the other side, the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings grade is Vikings out of 10, because how the hell else do you describe that game? There's two teams in the NFL that are disastrous enough to lose a game the way that the Vikings just did, and they were both on the field at Minnesota. What a crushing loss if you're a Vikings fan. I know every single one of you out there, you thought we're about to win this fucking game the second the Chargers failed to convert that 4th and 1. But psych, you fucking thought. Just what a fucking disaster. Cleveland Browns get an A+. I didn't watch this game because I can't stand to watch the Titans. I fucking hate the Titans, and I thought this game would be really boring, and it kind of was, but not for the reason that I suspected. The Browns won by 3+ touchdowns, and this is my rule. If you win by 3 touchdowns or more, you get an A. So that's what they got. Titans get an F for fuck you. I fucking hate the Titans. Fuck this boring ass, lame ass fucking team. There's nothing redeemable about the Titans to me. There's just nothing redeemable about them. And fuck Broadway too. Jacksonville Jaguars get a C for catch the fucking ball. Fuck the Jaguars right now. Fuck them. They're pissing me off so bad. 2 straight weeks. They've shot themselves in the foot with drop passes. They lead the NFL in drops right now with 9, and they're way too talented for that shit to happen. It wasn't the reason they lost this Sunday, but it absolutely was the reason they lost last Sunday. They are playing extremely sloppy, unrefined right now, and the details just aren't there. They're going to bounce back, but they're annoying as shit to watch right now, especially if you're rooting for them every week like I can. Just fucking figure it out, Jacksonville. Houston Texans. The Texans get an A+. My rule is if you beat a team by 3 touchdowns, you get an A. They beat the Jaguars by 20, not 21, but I'm going to give them the A+ anyway. I appear to be very wrong about this team. I thought that they would be awful, but maybe they won't. I'm not ready to completely overreact based on this one game because they are still 1-2, but they look pretty fucking good this week. So maybe they'll be better than I expected. Green Bay Packers. The Packers get a B because they sucked for about 80% of this game. Up until about 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they had only scored 3 points. Then we saw that crazy rally that they had to win the game, even if they had to rely on a missed field goal by the Saints at the end to do it. I don't overvalue this win. If anything, this win made me like the Packers less. I thought this was a really concerning win for them. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay gets a D. They didn't play well. They didn't do anything really well. They got run all over. They only accumulated 174 yards of total offense. The only reason I did not give the Buccaneers an F is because of that tremendous Mike Evans catch and the fact they forced 2 turnovers. That's it. Literally no other reason. That's all that saved them from an F. Washington Commanders get an F. Let's not overthink it. Indianapolis Colts. The Colts grade is y'all should have lost this game. The Colts did a lot right, but they won this game largely due to sloppy play from Baltimore, not necessarily because of the Colts play, because the Colts certainly didn't play their most buttoned up game either, but they gave the Ravens 2 overtime possessions, and both started around midfield. That will get you beat almost every single time. It's a win. Don't get me wrong. It's a win, which is great, but it fucking sure wasn't an impressive one. Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals get a B. The story of this game was their opportunistic defense carried an alarmingly uninspiring offense. Not really a whole lot to say. This game wasn't great. They won because they picked off Matt Stafford twice and they sacked him 6 times. I mean, their offense did finally show some life in the second half where they had a few chunk plays in the third quarter. You'd definitely like to see more of that. This dink and dunk offense thing they've got going, It's not sustainable. They need to get back to who they've been the past couple of seasons, start getting the ball back down the field one way or the other. Los Angeles Rams get a C-, 16 points, gave up 6 sacks, threw 2 interceptions, only had 71 yards on the ground, and they were 1 for 11 on third down. Ouch. Bad game from the Rams. Fucking terrible game from the Rams, who look to be headed in the wrong direction after that surprise win week 1 over the Seahawks. Saints get a B. They weren't necessarily worse than the Packers, but they weren't necessarily better either. So I'm going to give them the exact same grade. I should probably give them a lower grade because they blew the lead, but they did put themselves in a position to win it at the end. Their kicker just missed the game-winning kick. So they put themselves in a position to win it, but they didn't. And based on the way, I should give them, I don't fucking know, because they were better for 80% of the game. Up until 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they were the better team. So, like, what the fuck do I do? So for all of that, B just feels fair for the Saints. And to end this episode, I'm going to give the Chiefs and the 49ers an A+, because once again, you automatically get an A+ or an A if you win by 3 or more touchdowns, which they both did. So that's it, guys. That is my show. Feel free once again to let me know what you thought of those rankings. Hit me with a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Come on back next Thursday. This exact same video will be up next Thursday. Take care, everybody.